Good morning. Everyone speaks about the problem that Israel has with Hasbara, the people engaged in Hasbara, the difficulty of Hasbara, and Parshat Va'era, Parshat Shmot, they can give us maybe a clue on how to do Hasbara in an effective way. In Parshat Va'era, Moshe Rabbeinu reiterates the fact that he's not a spokesman. He's already gotten now some sort of experience. He's appeared before Paro once already, and he's put the case of Israel forward before Paro. Paro, of course, just banishes him, chases him out of the palace, and says that intensifies the bondage that there is in Egypt. And Moshe Rabbeinu comes to Hashem and says, this is what I spoke to you about. I'm not a spokesman. I'm not a man of words. I haven't got eloquence, and I'm not therefore suited for this tafkid of Hasbara and to redeem the Jewish people. There's a very fascinating explanation of the Beit Yishai, that the Beit Yishai says that Moshe Rabbeinu, amongst other things, said that he's not qualified for being a spokesman because he's too critical. He is a person who is too strict. He sees the faults of the Jewish people, and as a result, he can't be a convincing spokesman for Am Yisrael. In fact, if you look in the book of Shmot, in chapter 4, verse 10, the pasuk says, Moshe says to Hashem, Lo ish devarim anochi. So chapter 4, verse 10, Moshe says, Lo ish dvarim anochi, I'm not a man of words. The Beit Yishai says, if you take the last letter of those 4 words, they spell the word Shammai. Lo, the last letter is Aleph. Ish, the last letter is a Shin. Dvarim, a man of words, is a Mem. And Anochi is Yud, so it spells Shammai. The Beit Yishai says, Moshe Rabbeinu is saying that because I've got an neshama of Shammai, because I've got a certain strictness in attitude, so I see the faults of the Jewish people, I see where they found wanting, and therefore I can't put the case of Israel in a proper way. So Hashem says to Moshe, but I'll give you a spokesman called Aaron. And again, in Perek Daled, in Pasuk Tet Zayin, chapter 4, verse 16, Hashem says to Moshe that Aaron, Hu yiyeh lecha lepeh, he'll be for you as a mouth. And here the Beit Yishai says, if you take the words, the first word of those 4 words, Hu yiyeh lecha, that spells Hillel. Hillel was the man who, unlike Shammai, was not so critical. He was much more tolerant and compassionate. And we take the word hu, hey, as the first word. Yihiyeh will be, that's the yud. Lecha, the lamed. And lepeh, another lamed. So Hillel is the antidote to a Shammai. But what's fascinating about this explanation is, and not only this explanation, but we see in the Torah that Hashem didn't give up on Moshe Rabbeinu. He didn't say, you know what, you're not a good spokesman, you're not as eloquent, you know what, I'll replace you with Aharon. And here we see the essence of what Hasbara is about. Hashem didn't mevater on Moshe Rabbeinu, because to be a good spokesman it's not only about eloquence, it's but to put one's case in a convincing and a truthful manner. And Moshe was more truthful than Aaron. Moshe Rabbeinu was the ultimate in everything about truth. And to put our cause in such a way that if we don't try to hide the truth, or we don't try to make it palatable in such a way that distorts the truth, so we'll never be able to convince others that of our case. But from Moshe Rabbeinu, we learn from the way that Hashem brought about the Geulah. He combined the truth of Moshe Rabbeinu, even if it was a person who was like Shammai. He amalgamated it with Aaron, who was eloquent and who could be like a mouth. But we come to this principle. The principle is that the basic content, the basic ingredient for successful Hasbara is that a person, we put forward the case of Israel in a truthful manner. Then if we're convinced of the truth and we're able to share the truth, then ultimately there's some sort of chance that the people of the world will accept Israel's position. Shia Shabbat Shalom.